Texans Colts. Texans by 4.5. Over under 49.5. Texans won 9 in a row. Lots of running. Deshaun Watson has been throwing the ball something like 25 times a game. Last week was a little more, but they've been basically run the ball, play defense, let Watson make a few plays, and it's all working. They're not beating any great teams in general over this streak. But the Colts, before they lost to Jacksonville, they got shut out at Jacksonville last week. Before that, they had won 5 in a row. Let me check the injuries real quick on this one. See if there's anything interesting that we missed yesterday. Ryan Kelly is still Ryan Kelly, there's Colts center, still hurting. We might not see him. No other big ones for either team. This looks to me like I like the Texans. I like the way they're playing. I don't think they're going to win 13 in a row to close out the season. And I always look for the losses to come somewhere. I don't know if they'll lose, but these teams I think are both pretty solid, and I think 4.5 is a little more than I want to give.
I mean, I'm going with the Colts to win the game outright, so I'm happy to see that point spread like it is. At some point, the Texans are going to lose. I just don't. It seems like I talk about this every week. I mean, that winning streak is really impressive, but who have they beaten in it? I mean, nobody all that good. So there's still questions there to me. Houston started Houston beat Indy 37-34 in week 4, and that started that they beat the Colts in week 4. That started that win streak. I kind of think Indy's going to end it here.
Okay.
I'm still not a believer in you.
I think they might too. And by the way, the schedule the rest of the way, after this, they're at the Jets, home for the Eagles, they're at the Jets, at the Eagles, and home for the Jaguars. Some more winnable games. But I agree with you. I mean, you got to think that probably a bump in the road somewhere.
I mean, I think they're a team that's going to get – I don't know. I think they're a team that's going to get blasted in the playoffs maybe in that first wild card weekend. Who they're going to end up playing, either the Chargers or the
Well, depending on how they play, they might get the 3rd seed, which would mean that they'd avoid the way things are shaking out now, they'd avoid the Chargers, and they might get someone like the Ravens. I'm not looking at the wild cards in front of me. They might get the Colts again. So it'll be someone like that, I think.
I don't know. Are you a believer in the Texans?
I mean, they're fine, but no, I'm not totally bought in. I mean, I like the way they play. I like the defense. I think last year it looked like they were putting a lot on Watson's shoulders, and maybe because they had to, and I didn't know if he was good enough to. Like, I like him. I don't love him like some people did last year. I think he's going to be the superstar. I don't know if I believe that. I think he's pretty good. And I think the way they're playing now, it's a lot of defense. And Watson, the role for Watson is, make enough plays to help them win, not carry the load. And I think that's probably better for him. I think that's because he can. He's good enough to, hey, I might not help you guys score. He's not Aaron Rodgers where when things go well, they're going to score 35 points. But he's good enough to, with the formula they have, to make enough plays to help them win, even when they're trying to take the air out of the ball a little bit. So I'm a fan. I like them, but I mean, do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? Like, do I think they can go to New England? Maybe for some reason, I'm still not bought in on the Patriots again this year.
I guess right now, if it ends today, they play the Ravens in wild card weekend.
Okay. I mean, that's a good role for them. Now, if they go to Kansas City in the divisional round, depending on how things shake out, I don't know that I buy that they have the firepower to win that one.
No, or going to New England either in that divisional round. That
one maybe. I don't know. I like them enough. I don't know how. Do I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No, but I don't know if anyone does. So I might be as bought in as most people.
Yeah, but they could end up playing the Titans in that wild card weekend, depending on how things check out. That Titans win yesterday helps Tennessee. Yep. They could, it could be the Broncos. I guess if it gets against the Ravens, if it gets against the Broncos, the Titans, I guess you go with Houston. If it's against the Ravens, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I guess the way they was scheduled, if they keep that number 3 seed, then that'd be really helpful for them.
Yep. All right. So we're both going Colts with points. I think I'm going Texans to win straight up, and you're not.
No,
As far as on NFLPickwatch.com, we have got 54% Texans to cover and 69% Texans from the fans to cover. So the fans are much more brought in on the Texans in this game.